group match, but it's got the feel of a final. There's no question about that when these game. And it's the same when these two meet. Of course, it's Tsonga, though, who has crept to the top of the group. He's 1-1 in terms of wins and losses, losing to Federer, of course, on the opening day, but earlier today beating Fish. A bit of a break, whilst Murray was making good headway in Asia and hit back strongly in the indoor season. But he's always taken the end of the season very seriously, hasn't he? And these championships in particular.
Yeah, a lot more than, say, Djokovic and Nadal. And I think part of the reason for that is they've often been involved in Davis Cup towards the tail end of the season, and they've always placed a huge premium on winning for their countries. We saw Novak do it last year at this particular event, and in previous years Nadal's had the same sort of problem. I think this year he's going to be more focused, is Nadal. But this guy has made no bones about the fact that he loves playing here, and of course he's won here 5 times. He's tied with the likes of Pete Sampras as far as that record is concerned, and if he goes on to win this week, he will stand alone as the only player to have won the World Tour Finals on 6 separate occasions.
And of course his record at a Masters Series level is outstanding. 246 wins is an all-time record.
It certainly is. No one's ever won close to that many. I think 208 was Andre Agassi, so that's a long way past that already. 18 titles, second only to Nadal.
He's up against his nemesis, really. Of course, he's played Nadal 3 times this season, hasn't beaten him in any of those matches. And Nadal, of course, a lot younger at 25, so he does have the edge in terms of age, and, of course, in that winning head-to-head record. So it's going to be a tough match for Federer, no question about it, but he would dearly love to get a win over Nadal here, which would, of course, boost his chances of winning the tournament as well and finishing the season on the highest of highs. Of course, Nadal's been knocked off his perch. He spent a long time behind Federer, didn't he? At number 2 in the world. He was very, very patient and then finally managed to make it to number 1 in the world. And of course it's Djokovic this season who has really had Nadal's number, the first player ever to do so, really. Of course that's the big challenge as far as Nadal's concerned, but what you can't do is focus too much on Djokovic without still concentrating on what got the job done against the likes of Federer.
Yeah, well, he's sandwiched between them at the moment. He's got one eye on Djokovic, and he knows that Federer is going to be extremely motivated to bag some more majors next season. So as you say, it's a precarious situation between a rock and a hard place as far as Nadal is concerned. But those titles, there are 19 of them, an excellent record when he does get through to the finals until this season. It's spoiled that win-loss record a little bit. The 6 final loss.
17 victories compared to Federer's 8. But of course you've got to break it down in terms of the court surface.
You do, and you would think that it would be even a bit more lopsided given that Nadal has won so much on clay, but it's not actually. When you have a look at a hard court, it's 4 apiece there. When you have a look at grass, Federer, it's the only surface in which he has the lead.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's Federer and Nadal to do battle once more.
Love 15.
Both players have plenty of support here this evening, but give him a particular shot. And of course, we know how Federer dominated with his first serve in last year's final. That's the type of tennis that Federer is playing, to keep the rallies nice and short, and of course they want to dictate as much as he possibly can with that forehand.
Yeah, not be scared to take the inside out forehand on, because so often Nadal leaves a bit of space there. There it is right there. Federer looking for the cross-court
Stuff, which which is a win-win situation because, of course, we get a great match as a result. But I really believe that Federer has the confidence to beat Nadal this evening because he's coming off the back of those 2 wins, but more importantly, he knows the conditions favour his style of tennis as opposed to Nadal's.
So, of course, just the mindset will be just a little stronger, you would suspect.
That's a lovely little lob, but it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you'd think, well, hang on, it's not that quick, this court, so surely that favours Nadal, but it favours Federer too because he can run around the backhand and use that forehand to good effect.
Yeah, and Nadal says he doesn't mind playing on a quicker court as well because he gets a...
So quick to pounce, a little tougher to attack his first serve. It's a beautiful shot.
It's just a liquid whip, isn't it? It's so smooth. You've got to watch this guy play live just once in your life. It's just such easy power. The all-out attack again from Federer. Sublime shot making. Makes it look so easy.
Love 40.
His technique is so good. Gets in a beautiful trophy position. Prepared early for that smash. Look at the pronation of the wrist. Great balance. That's one of the keys to this guy's success.
3 break points. Tennis from Federer. Patience initially. Oh, just looks so comfortable out there right now.
15 love.
Federer's building up a real head of steam here. It's one
redlining his game, isn't he? Nothing Nadal can do when Federer's in this sort of mood.
There's that forehand again. And I like the fact that Nadal is trying to shorten the rallies now.
40.
Of course, when you're 5-2 down, you've got nothing to lose, so why not take a few more risks? Amazingly, it's Nadal's So far. Here's Federer. 2 set points. And he finishes in style.
Federer.
Vintage Federer.
6 games to 3.
Forced errors, obviously. Nadal, not quite aggressive enough for my money. One winner. You know, he's played it cagey, just 3 unforced errors. But I think, you know, when you're up against the likes of Federer in this type of mood, you've got to be a little more aggressive, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think it's often when Nadal's come back from a long layoff that he goes into different.
Much better. There's the early ball. There's the combination that left hand. Nicely done.
That's exactly what you spoke about again with the serve. There's the intentions on the second serve, excuse me. Getting as much slide as he would like out of the second serve as Nadal, so Federer's aware of it.
Of course, Federer's fans sensing that this is another half chance here. He's got Nadal on the ropes.
And early on again.
Oh, yes! Another handful of fabulous.
It's just flying from both sides now as far as Federer is concerned. We've seen him hit some beautiful forehands. Look at the backhand. Again, it's the depth that does the damage.
And that's the shot that he can't hit against Nadal on clay, because he can't move forwards and take the ball on the rise. He's not sure of the bounce. He's battling the elements. It's much more difficult. The Nadal forehand is bouncing a lot higher. It's a much better pass. Took the ball nice and early. Had to be good though. There's nothing wrong with the play from Federer. Old school. As a result, Nadal got down underneath the ball and brushed up the back of it with the wrists.
Guy needs more points like that just to get the juices flowing. You can see him, he's so good at trying to use those small little nuggets to motivate himself, get himself jacked up. Approach shot for Nadal, especially given that he comes around his forehand so much. His forehand approach is always going to be coming towards the center of the court.
15-30.
That's going to be easy for Federer to get his racket around that one.
Just love the way that Federer just drew Nadal into the net there. It's so nice to be in control of the ball. It's not all about pace. It's about knowing and understanding what you want to do with it. How are you going to outmaneuver your opponent and open up the court?
Yeah, he's always thinking 1 or 2 shots ahead, isn't he?
control these rallies relatively easily at the moment. He's taking the ball early. The patterns of play that he wants to use have been highly effective. And there's been no response at all so far from Nadal. He simply hasn't been allowed to play his best tennis this evening. That'll do it, surely. Every single shot, even when you feel that Nadal has been able to gain the upper hand in the rally, Federer's had the answer.
It's a baker's dozen now, as far as foreign winners are concerned. The setup is perfect. Strike is pure. Look at the heads. He's just vaporizing forehand after forehand. Starting to run out of superlatives here.
15-40.
Points for a 5-love lead. He's posted some good numbers when it's really mattered this evening, hasn't he? Sort of hard and deep with the inside-out forehand. A lovely combination.
Always good.
Federer's outmaneuvered Nadal so easily this evening, time and time. When was the last time you saw Federer play this well against one of the best players in the world, Rob?
Wow. I thought he played pretty well against Djokovic in the semis of the US Open. I thought he was a little unlucky to lose there, given how well Djokovic had been playing the whole season. But I think more specifically, I'm trying to think when I last saw him play this well against Nadal, and I'm going through the head-to-head here. And I guess I've got to go back to the 2007 Tennis Masters Cup when it was called that back in China. He demolished him there in the semi-finals, 4-1. It was a pretty impressive. Well, Federer does go on to win this set 6-love. I want to know from you, Federer.
New York. In a similar scenario in his first two matches here. I've loved the way that Federer's looked so good when stepping up the court, taking the ball on. He's always been on balance. He's always known what shot to hit, precisely the right moment.
Good point that you made about the concentration. It's been unwavering in the last hour.
And I swear he hasn't broken sweat yet.
40-15.
One or two hairs have occasionally fallen out of place, but that's it.
Thank you.
2 match points. Swiss maestro.
6-3, 6-love.
Nadal humbled at the hands of his great rival. Federer supreme throughout, much to the delight of his adoring fan base. They came, they saw, they expected, and he delivered.
And it was the manner in which he delivered. Plenty for Nadal to think about. He'll hit the practice courts hard tomorrow, of that you can be absolutely sure. Tony will be out there working with him. But I guess the question I probably need to ask you is, can he play any better? And of course, this ain't the final. That's what you've got to remember. This is only the round robin stage.
That's why I liked the subdued victory celebration at the end of the match, because he knows that tonight was a stepping stone. Certainly thrown down the gauntlet as far as everybody else in the tournament's concerned, but still a lot of tennis to be played.
Absolutely. He'll know that better than anyone else, being a 5-time champion at the tennis, at the World Tour Finals. But the numbers that he's posted are right out the top drawer. First serve percentage was unreal. So good behind both first and second serve. But for me, it's the winners to unforced errors ratio that's insane. I don't think we've seen those kind of numbers all year. 28 winners, just 8 unforced errors. Was so good when he faced break points, and so often that's his Achilles when he comes up against Rafa, but converted 4 of 6. It was the perfect performance from Roger Federer this evening. We've seen him at his very best again. Exactly an hour to demolish Nadal.